Yeah, from 99. He's in the industrial area. Looks like he's on a pavement. Stand by.
Hello people and sheeple, Panaki News. In this video I'm going to analyse the video I made about the litter police to demonstrate some of the shady tactics they use. Even though my recording missed a lot of them, there's still enough on here to show you, so that's what I'm going to do. No. By using the word criminal, she wants him to think that he's a criminal. It's as simple as that. So she's going to use the word criminal offence as much as she can. This is just another scare tactic that they use all the time.
He's in the taxi, unfortunately, so can you give the details?
This is where the man in the taxi was illegally detained by these two enforcement officers with the help of the taxi driver. Now, none of these people have the authority to detain anybody, anywhere, ever, and they're not allowed to touch you either. It's not. They've got no power to detain anybody.
No, you're both smoking.
They've got no power to detain anybody.
The evidence if you want to go to court, sir.
Here you can hear the bloke in the car asking for her to show the evidence. Now, she's not going to show any evidence because she didn't capture it on her camera. If the camera's even turned on, a lot of the time they turn them off or remove them completely. But she didn't capture no evidence. She's not going to show him evidence. She wants him to think that he has to go to court first to see the evidence. And he blatantly doesn't want to go to court. And who would, to be honest? Because that means like a day off work, all that time and hassle to go to court to find that they didn't have any evidence in the first place. What she is hoping for is for him to just accept the fixed penalty notice and not even bother with court so she can get her commission, which is she needs to make at least 4 catches per day as a quota to get their money. That's what they need to do, and that's what that tactic is.
Or I can't show you. Because it's recording.
Tell your taxi to just leave. They got no. Yes, they can. He's got no power to detain. If he ain't gonna leave, get out and walk off. Simple as that. There's just a private company pretending they work for Havant Borough Council, but they're not. They're a private. You're a private. Who do you work for?
We work for
Who do you work for? Who? Who?
I won't have to tell you
Who?
who I work for,
Exactly. Havant Borough Council are currently working with a company called EH Commercial Services to provide uniform presence of environmental officers across the whole borough. So that's who this company is. It's a private company called EH Commercial Services. And their job is to make a lot of money. And probably 85% of this fine, these fixed penalty notices that they give out, they will keep, and a little bit will go to the council. So everybody's just making money. And the incentive is to make as much money as possible from as many fixed penalty notices as possible, because they're a profit-driven commercial service. Simple as that. Are you not going to drive away then? No, they can't do nothing to you. You're just a taxi driver.
He can be cautioned.
No, he can't.
Yes, he
You can't caution no one.
I can call the police and, he will. The police
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Yes, they
Still
will.
governed by Havant Borough Council. I can't do nothing.
Oh, get out and leave.
Right, I need to issue you.
Get out, walk off, and they can't do nothing.
Right, would you like me to call the police?
It's a threat. Let them call the police.
Yeah,
What's the police going to do? You're next door to a police station.
Exactly.
Notice how they like to use the word police in their conversations quite a lot. I'm going to call the police, or the police will come, and the police will get your details. These people cannot stop this taxi driver from leaving. They have no authority to do that. Just another tactic. Now the taxi driver's scared to leave because he thinks they have authority and he can't now leave. Here they are again, threatening to call the police, or they want him to think that they're going to call the police. They want to frighten him now into thinking the police are going to turn up and arrest him, and they're not. And I'm about to prove something in this next clip. Now this female officer on the right, let me rephrase that, this female goon on the right is now pretending to call the police on her mobile phone. You see him looking at her, he now thinks that she's calling the police and he's now getting worried. Now look carefully at her mobile phone and listen very carefully to what she says to the so-called police call handler on her mobile phone.
Any questions, we'll speak
No,
to
you're
you
trying to
later.
talk him out of money. That's all you're doing, to get your commission. That's all they're doing. No, it's not Section 5 of the Public Order Act, because I haven't caused alarm, harassment or distress to anybody.
I'm in Waterlooville at the moment.
First time of your home address?
Number 9 Calvary.
Right, enjoy your fine then, mate, but you don't have to tell them nothing.
How do you spell it?
Okay, thank you. Bye. Can you do a postcode check for me, please?
Now, she's saying she's on the phone to the police, but look at her phone. It's not even lit up. She is not talking to nobody, trust me. Now, the only thing she said to the so-called police call handler was Waterlooville, Hampshire. Okay, thank you, bye. And now she gets straight back on her phone to look up the address that he's given, which is a false address, I think, to start with. What they're doing now is checking a postcode register to see if the address that he's given is a correct address, is an actual address or not. So now all you're going to get is a fine, even though you picked up your rubbish. Take it to court, mate. Don't say I didn't warn you, right? So, no way was that a phone call to the police, because all she said was, Waterlooville, Hampshire, okay, thank you, bye. Now, that is a well-known tactic that they like to use. They're going to call the police. They will always pretend to call the police, but they won't actually call the police because they know full well the police cannot do nothing. If you don't give your details to them, the police cannot force you to. Now, here's some other tactics explained by a whistleblower. Sean Finch, his name was. He used to work for one of these enforcement agencies as a enforcement officer. And a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, where they were told to hide in cars and follow people, and they're told to issue fines without even witnessing offences. And they mainly target smokers because that's easy prey for them. And they got a four ticket per day quota to get at least. And if they don't reach these quotas, they get a sack eventually. Now, he was a former enforcement officer, and he worked on the streets for about 6 months, and he hit out against the underhand tactics. So he squealed on them basically. And him and his colleagues, they were mainly targeting smokers. Now, he says that he dished out more than 300 tickets during the 6 months that he worked for them, worth about £30,000. And 98% of those is for dropping cigarette butts. He says that they became increasingly frustrated with the firm as they asked him to target people in ways that he believed was unfair. And this included following people, hiding in cars, hiding in doorways, hiding behind trees so as to not be seen, blagging tickets. Now, that's blagging tickets is where they would claim that the offence happened, but it didn't. And they also removed their body cameras as well, so it's then just your word against theirs, and there's no actual physical evidence of the offence even being committed. The best thing to do is to shut up and exercise your right to remain silent. So to the sheeple sat in the taxi, enjoy your fixed penalty notice for not listening to me and walking away when you had the chance. And to your 8-month pregnant girlfriend, enjoy your screaming baby when it's born, because now it's addicted to nicotine. And it's going to be craving nicotine when it's born. But better still, put your fag ends in the bin. Throw your rubbish away. Pick it up. Put it in the bin. And then you've got no excuse. And then there wouldn't even be a need for these little police scumbags.
like right at the end there.
You got it towards Sainsbury's.
Put that camera down, or we will tase you.
I know.